there's one thing that I've been noticing a lot with people like Seth MacFarlane and Michael Moore, people who I generally like. And that's and this applies for all Hillary supporters. It's that there's this cult of Hillary Clinton. This cult dedicated to her and debunking anything that's, true about her. And proving and smearing Trump's name, even when Hillary is guilty of the same things Trump did. Like the war in Iraq. Hillary supporters have said, well, no, she only signed it because, no, the point is she signed it. Oh, well, Trump supported it. Listen to Trump's audio for it. He basically said, I guess I'm in support of it. I guess. I don't even think he really knew much about the war in Iraq. That was different. Trump wasn't in a position of power. Hillary was. Hillary has more experience in being a woman. Okay, that's not completely true. Allow me to finish that. Hillary has more experience. And she's shown that she's untrustworthy and a horrible person. Sorry, but, it's not like you just wave your experienced one and all of a sudden you're this great politician. No, that's not how it works. And this is just the cult-like mentality Hillary Clinton supporters have of her. And then there's the fact that any criticism at her is because they're sexist. I am literally convinced the only reason Hillary Clinton actually got away with stealing the nominee was because she was a woman. That's the only way she got away with it. Because, hey, we haven't had one of those for president yet. Yeah, well, you also haven't had me for president yet. Okay? You haven't had one of those Ephrom Josines for president yet. We also haven't had, a 70-year-old for president yet. You want to know who is 70? Donald Trump. Huh. And Michael Moore, someone who I actually like. Fahrenheit 9/11 is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. So do not think I'm this giant conservative, Michael Moore hates America type person. No, I genuinely like his work. Well, I've only seen Fahrenheit, but still. And I was on his Twitter, and he was saying things like, oh, this is an important event. This is the first time a female nominee has been on the debate stage. What about Michelle Bachmann? I know he meant nominee, but hey, did you ever consider to Mr. Moore that maybe it's because they just got less votes? Or maybe it's because not every female candidate is all that great. Now, do not get me wrong. I am not saying that there wasn't some sexism in previous elections that led to there not being any major female candidates. I'm not denying that in the slightest. I'm just saying maybe a good amount of people weren't in support of this one, in particular for non-sexist reasons. And when Trump said the stamina, Hillary was like, Moore was like, oh, what stamina? You mean she doesn't have a penis? What? Well, Hillary seems like she doesn't have stamina in terms of energy. I've seen females with more energy than Trump. That's what stamina usually refers to. It's energy. Listen to Hillary tell me she has any energy to her. She doesn't have any energy to her. She's just like, I'm a president. Vote for me. Trump is like, yeah, well, I'll have you know. And that's why I find Trump far more entertaining, at least. And Hillary Clinton supporters have come up with excuse after excuse after excuse for Hillary. Like, Hillary supports free healthcare. She even coined the term universal healthcare. Then why is she going to continue Obamacare, which is the exact opposite of universal healthcare? Obamacare mandates that you buy private insurance. It mandates it. That is the exact opposite of universal healthcare. With Bush, we had horrible healthcare, but at least we didn't have to get horrible healthcare. With Obama, we've got horrible healthcare, and that we have to pay for. With Hillary, instead of giving us free healthcare, she's going to make us pay for, privatized healthcare. That's the exact opposite of universal healthcare. Literally, like, there is no difference between, there is so much difference between Obamacare and universal healthcare. Now, do not get me wrong. Universal healthcare is a good idea. However, Obamacare was the worst way to go about it. In the sense that it was just a big handout to the insurance companies. And Hillary supporters will often defend all her flip-flopping as personal growth. Or, it was a long time ago. So, now do not get me wrong. I emphasize some of these statements can be chalked up to it being a long time ago. Like not supporting gay marriage. That was the 90s, I understand, okay? Homophobia was rampant throughout the 90s, I get it. However, tons of the other things that she's done, The Amazing Atheist made a video called, 5 Hillary Clinton flip-flops. 4 of them, I think, are valid points. Again, the gay marriage one, and no, I don't see that one. I see that as more of a case of personal growth. And some of these you cannot defend. You cannot defend the war in Iraq. She actively supported it. And I've heard some Hillary supporters say, well, they didn't have time to fact check. I don't care. That's not important. What's important that she sold out. Or, well, if she didn't do it, she would have been considered unpatriotic. I actually had a Hillary supporter tell me that. Not realizing that was my point. And Hillary Clinton's policies don't make any sense. Her immigrant policies pretty much just open the borders, and she refuses to say that's her policy. And I'm not against immigration either. I'm for immigration. I just don't think that illegal immigration should just become legal immigration. I think it should just be you have to go through the process. And this cult mentality of Hillary Clinton's what annoys me the most, because they don't accept any criticism of their master or their goddess Hillary as anything but sexism, Like, even if a single thing I said in this video was wrong, saying I am sexist is proving me right. Because then that just proves to me you can't come up with any argument. You cannot come up with any arguments to why Hillary would be a better candidate than Jill Stein, Gary Johnson, or Donald Trump. And that's the thing that annoys me. I think that we need to end this cult of Hillary Clinton. And that's really what it comes down to, her cult. That we need to stop. That's why she was able to steal the nomination from Bernie. Because of the cult. I'm Ephrom Joe, and I'm signing out. Good night.